So
Yes, sir.
You know what happened? We was arguing. I got out the car. I walked off, and you said you gonna dance, and you shot me in my foot, my nigga. You shot me. She didn't. There was no She gave you a full, complete story of what happened.
you see
There
the
was
pinned
no.
comment?
I don't need it. So let me finish. Let me tell you. There was not like, yo, nigga just shot me. You don't have to ask what happened because she told you from beginning to end about what happened. And you need somebody else. What you're saying is you need somebody else to call you believe her. That's what you're saying. You're not saying that you believe her, that you need the facts from her. You need someone else to corroborate that story for you to take it at face value.
No, I don't need it to be corroborated. I don't need it to be corroborated. Listen,
so what do you need then, Baz?
I don't need it to be corroborated. What I need to do is have an even sense of discernment. Meaning, I need to be able to, if I defend you for something that you say happened to you, and you my man, and me and my team, we ride like this. If I'm going to defend you as my man because you say something happened to you, you and I are going to have a dialogue so I can excuse you from all culpability. I need to be able to excuse you. I need to be able to excuse you from any. I need to hear you talk to me, and I need to be able to say, you know what, Mice, we gonna go handle this, my nigga. But here's where you went wrong. You should have did this, and you could have did that. But because you didn't, this is what happened. But we're gonna go handle this. But I gotta have a conversation with you, dog. All I'm saying is, we don't know. So what I'm saying is, I don't know. When you got Tory saying one thing, Megan saying another thing.
Tory ain't saying nothing. Tory just said he ain't shoot her. He ain't tell you nothing. He ain't saying nothing, but I didn't do it. That's it.
But listen,
he didn't give you. He ain't telling you anything else.
He did it.
What else you gonna say?
Way.
What nigga, Baz? What nigga in the world that shot somebody that's facing a felony charge is saying, yeah, I shot him? I mean, if you look at this, I just want you to think of it from this perspective. Somebody got shot. They was trying to hold it down, didn't say nothing. Went up there, I don't know what happened, tried, found out the nigga who was supposed to they hold it down from ain't even carrying it right, and be like, yo, you know what? The reality is you shot me, nigga. I was trying to do this, but you did this, broke it. She has no gain from it. There's no possible. I don't see the reason why she made up a story about somebody shooting her. I'm looking at the whole thing. If I look at both people, I don't see one reason she has to make up a story that Tory shot her. Now, if I look at Tory, so listen, let me finish. Let me finish. No, let me just finish.
Okay.
I see why Tory would say he didn't shot her. I would say the same thing if I was a nigga trying to beat a case. I'm gonna say I didn't shoot you. He has every reason to do it. It makes 100% sense to me. It makes no reason for Megan to lie, but it makes 100% sense for Tory to lie. It absolutely makes no sense for Megan to lie. None. Right. If I'm looking at it just from common sense, it's 3 people in the car, her best friend and the security guard. Tory, the only nigga that got arrested for shooting her. If either one of those people shot that woman, he ain't taking no charge for it. He ain't going down for the security guard or her best friend. He just ain't going to jail for it. Nigga, he going to their house like, y'all gonna go in there and say you shot her. I'm not doing no charge. This is common sense for me. It ain't for everybody else. I'm just saying, everybody say anything for that. What else could have happened? What else? She said the man shot her. She looked, turned back. He out the window, said you gonna dance and shot her. This is what happened. She said what happened. Nigga said her friend could have shot her. There could have been a tussle. He had the gun. All this shit is reported, and we looking for every other reason why something else could have happened other than what that woman said happened to her. That shit is crazy to me. We giving a nigga the benefit of doubt that got every reason to lie about a situation over somebody that has absolutely no reason to lie about it.
So let me ask you a question, Mice. And this is just in real life, not this situation.
Okay.
You being who you are.
Yes, sir.
As intelligent as you are.
Yes, sir.
Can you honestly look me in my face as my brother, as a black man, an intelligent man, and tell me that there's no way Megan could be lying.
I'm saying it's never.
No, hold on.
No. But
not that you think she's lying. Hold on. Not that you think she's lying. Could she be lying, my son?
Anybody could be lying. Everybody could be lying. But the thing is, if you come, listen to me, I'm not saying there's no way possible she could be lying. I'm telling you the possibility of her lying is very small. It's this big. And you said the possibility of Tory lying is, it doesn't even make sense. The two, when you say either one of them could be lying, you got to look at who benefits from lying in this situation.
Listen, but this is what I said earlier, Mike. I don't know if you heard me when I said this. And you know this in our criminal justice system. When you get in that courtroom, it's not about who is lying or who is telling the truth. Sometimes it's about what? Who tells the better story. And sometimes the one who tells the better story is the one who gets off. And that was the one who was lying. How many times has a lawyer gotten a rapist off? How many times have a lawyer beat a case because they were more witty than the other lawyer? They had more information.
You talking about legalities. I'm talking about, I'm not, this what I'm trying. No. See, this is what I'm saying. I know what you talking about the law. I'm talking about the law.
Mike, hold on. The reason why I can compare legalities, because they stem from the same narrative.
They don't stem. You listen to me. In court, it's not about what you know, it's what you can prove, beloved. That's it. It ain't.
Only thing that's going on right now, Mike, this is what's really going on, brother. Right now, in your eyes, in the eyes of many, Megan is telling the better story.
She the only person that told a story, Baz. What better story? There's no story.
Listen,
she the only person that got shot, Baz.
He may have done it.
She the only person that got shot. Nobody else ain't tell a story. He just said, "I didn't shoot you." But that's all he said. He didn't tell what happened. He didn't say nothing. He said that. So,
did you listen to his album?
Yeah, he said he never said what happened.
In the first record, my son, he detailed a lot in that first record, bro.
What did he detail? He said he did shoot. You know what? That's all he said.
But listen, but him and we will be having a different conversation if only him, her in the car. It's 3 other people in that vehicle.
So okay, so let's break that down.
Hear me out. Hold on, hear me out. She said her side. He took his route and said his side through song.
What did he say? Tell me what he said, man.
He said he got emotional. I can't believe you would lie. I can't believe you would lie on me like this. I can't believe you were in this kind of position. Even though we going through this, it's still within me to try to rectify things with you. Like he really sounded like he loved the girl. Hold on. But he still vehemently denied shooting her. And he also said, hold on. You asked me, I'm telling you. He said that the truth will come out. That's
so the security shot her. His security shot her.
My son.
Because he said the girl didn't shoot her, and he said he didn't shoot her.
I don't know if Batman shot her. What I'm saying is, I can't knock you because you believe her. It's not my knock. What I'm saying is, we can't stand on conviction that she's not lying. And
I'm just saying, why can't we stand on that, though? Why not, Baz? Why can't we stand on it? Listen to me. This is the reality of the situation, right? We know it's this. There was an argument between Meg and Tory. Numerous accounts, they had a disagreement. This is what she said. She said it. Other people said that there was a disagreement from Kylie's house. They had a disagreement. Other people saw this. It carried over into the car. She got out the car and was leaving the car. Right? This is what we know.
No, we don't. I don't know that, Mike. We don't know that.
Okay, so we don't. So listen to me, Baz. The bottom line is we don't know anything. We don't know nothing. This is the information that we've been given, right? So based on the information that I've been given, and using my own discernment, Baz. Discernment means you have a disagreement with 2 people. The person who you had a disagreement has a gun. Nobody else in the car, gun. The gun that was fired, that's discharged, is the gun that the person had. Right? My best friend don't have no gun. She didn't get no gun charge. She ain't locked up for the gun charge. The security ain't locked up for the gun charge. Megan was shot in the foot. Megan said she saw Tory shoot her. Megan said he told her to dance and shot at her feet. And she got bullet fragments in her feet. She identified the person who shot her, right? Based on that, right? I look at... Huh?
Tory wasn't originally arrested for shooting her.
Because she never made a statement, Baz. She was trying to protect the man, Baz. She did what most girls who fuck with a nigga do. This is shit we go through in the hood. You know how many times a nigga, my man, a nigga that I had in the block that knocked the girl out and the police came and she got a black eye. She said, I fell. Baz, that happens all the time. That's a common thing.
But when you start talking about guns, and you know this as well as I do, I ain't never been to jail for nothing but guns. If I don't know nothing about nothing, I know about this gun shit. If Tory Lanez was told, if the police rather was told, well, not fuck being told, she shot.
Yeah, she shot.
Now, mind you, I see different reports. I would have to find it where the police report said that her wounds wasn't conducive to a bullet wound. It was conducive to glass. That's another subject. If the police is told my son shot Shabazz,
but nobody was told that, man.
Hold on.
Nobody was told that.
Even if you wasn't, if you were shot, and I'm the only one with a gun, and I get arrested for a gun, my son, you know, I'm getting arrested for shooting you, bro.
That's why he's arrested. That's why he's arrested for shooting him.
He should have been. See, this is why I think it's way more to this shit than anybody knows.
More than what? He's arrested right now for shooting. He got arrested for assault.
I don't care what nobody say. It didn't take from July to now. It didn't take from July 13th to now to say Tory shot that girl, man. It's just more to it for me to make for me to draw a line in the sand. It's too much bullshit with it.
So bad. So I'm just want to ask. So why did they arrest him, man? What did they arrest him for?
For
why did he?
For gun possession.
So what did he get arrested for yesterday?
But I'll tell you from my.
What did he get arrested for yesterday, Baz? What did he get arrested for yesterday?
From what I saw, assault and something else.
Okay, so you know what that was? That was for assault. That was for shooting Megan. He got arrested for shooting Megan.
He arrested for, but my thing.
They arrested him. They arrested him, man.
My son, you know society just like I do. You know propaganda. You know bullshit. You know these things like I do. I pay attention to everything that's going on around this shit. 3 months ago, they didn't know whether or not he shot her, obviously.
Okay.
Now all of a sudden it's felony assault. All of this after Megan is in the forefront now. She on Saturday Night Live, she on the cover of News or whatever this is. Like, things have taken a weird turn in my eyes. All of a sudden now the man, like, what do they know now? This is my question. What do they know now that they didn't know then?
They did an investigation, man. They got forensic from a gun. They got that's consistent with the bullet wound, the bullet fragment.
Early on, they already said early on he didn't have no G. Hold on, they already said early on he didn't have no GSR on his body.
I never heard any of this. I never heard any of this. I don't know none of this. I don't know that to be facts.
Anybody on here?
Somebody send me those facts. I have never heard that.
Hold on, my son. Let me address somebody real quick because I need to make something clear. Because this is my man, Daoud Sanaikum. let me explain something to y'all. You especially, Dao. And I really don't want to be disrespectful, but I'm just going to be stern. I want all of you dudes to understand something. Stop fucking saying I'm taking up for Tory. This is not taking up for Tory. Just because I'm making points about how we're supposed to conduct ourselves in terms of what you believe, stop misconstruing that with taking up for somebody. The reason why it sounds like that to y'all, because you have it in your mind that the man is guilty. I don't. I don't have it in my mind that he's guilty. I don't have it in my mind that she's lying. I have enough discernment to look at both sides and understand that you can't decide who told the truth. So stop saying I'm taking up for anybody.
But I think the problem is for people.
If that's how you interpret it, and that's how you interpret.
But that's what I'm trying to explain to you. That's how it's being interpreted. Because what I'm explaining to you is, if somebody gives you their truth, though, Baz, if somebody says somebody shot,
you know why it sounds like that?
And they saw who shot them,
everybody is convicting them.
No, that's not what it is.
Sounds like that.
I don't have no horse in this race. I don't have a horse in this race.
If this is the case, my son, if this the case, then this don't even need to go to court then, right?
No, it's not about court. The court is the legal.
What I'm saying.
The court is the legal ramifications.
Listen to me, my son. Tory should just go to jail then, right? My son, listen. Tory should just go to jail then, right?
I'm not saying that. That's not part of the legal ramifications. The legal system.
My son, why don't people understand what I'm saying then? He should just go to jail. She's telling the truth.
What I'm explaining to you is the public court of opinion and the legal system is two completely different things. They don't coincide, man.
So the court of public opinion makes it right because she said it.
No, it don't. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The court of opinion is everybody has their opinion to discern the information. So what happens is, if we look at the preponderance of the information and evidence that has been presented here, Baz, it is more likely than not that Megan is telling the truth.
And all I'm saying is, be that as it may, we still have to offer discernment. What I'm looking at is this. Situation. Like I said, people misconstruing that I'm taking up for Tory is on both sides of any situation. So if you're in a situation, not you particularly, but if you are in a situation and somebody is trying to convince me that you're guilty of something, and I can't see or put my finger on, my son really did that. My son really did that. If I'm listening to this side, I'm listening to this side, and I'm using the common sense that I got. And I'm saying, okay, I see what you're saying. That makes sense. I understand that. I get it. But it's still something in my gut that's not convincing me that this is the side I'm supposed to stand on. So when I hear that there was no, when I hear that there was no gunshot residue on this man.
But Baz, no, Baz. What the thing is this?
My son.
Baz, I'm asking you a question. It's 3 people in that car, right?
No, actually it was 1, 2, 3, 4 people in that car.
Okay, I'm talking about outside the car. I'm talking about after Megan got out the car.
From what I understand, it was 4 people in the car.
So after Megan got out, there was 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So a gun was discharged, right? Can we say a gun was discharged?
I don't know when the gun was discharged, so I'm not going to say that.
I'm just saying, can we say that there was a gun discharged?
From what was said, yes.
Okay. All of those people had got locked up. No, there was no gunpowder on nobody then, right, Baz?
Say that again?
So all 3 of the people that was in the car got locked up. There was no gunpowder on nobody then, right, Baz?
From what I understand, there was no gunshot residue on him. I don't know about no.
So they didn't.
There was no
So they know
GSR on the shooter.
Okay, so they locked all of them up. You don't think there was TSR, or they searched everybody for TSR to see who shot the shot, Baz?
I don't know that. I've never heard that before. I've never heard of more than.
So listen, the police arrive at a scene. They don't know what's going on.
Right.
They search him for TSR and nobody else in the car.
You asking me that?
I'm asking, do you think that happened?
I don't even know who all went to the police station.
But they all got locked up, Baz. They all went to the police station. Everybody. She even originally got locked up at first. They let her go.
So listen, Mysonne, I don't do probabilities. This is what I do.
This is not probability.
Listen to me.
This is common sense.
Mysonne, listen to me. The police.
Baz, if somebody shot out of the car, Baz, this is
what you're missing, bro.
They will lose. Listen to me. If everybody got locked up,
Mysonne, you know why? You know why this shit is fucked up to me more than anything? You know why this shit is fucked up to me more than anything? It's more fucked up to me because the police is saying different shit. The police started this shit with two things that made me be like,
what did the police, Baz, what did the
police said that? Listen.
Show me where the police said what you're talking about, Baz.
Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Mike Lowry.
Pull it up.
Hold on. Mike Lowry. I want you to send me where the police said that her wounds were conducive to broken glass and not gunshots, and where he said.
But we already know that's not true though, Baz, because she got hospital reports.
My son, we already know what I'm saying to you is this,
listen to me. If an average person look and they make an assessment by looking at somebody's foot and say, "Oh, that looked like glass to me," so that's what I write down. And then you go to the hospital and they get bullet fragments from the hospital. The hospital said there were bullet fragments that came from this gun inside this woman's foot. The hospital said that, Baz. It ain't with the police that just arrived at the scene that looked at somebody's foot and said, "Oh, it could be glass." Anybody could say that. It looks like it's glass to me. I don't know what it is. They wrote that down in a statement. They're not doctors. They didn't do the forensics on with it. She went to the hospital. The hospital statement stated she got a hospital report that says she had bullet fragments in her foot, Baz. This is a fact. This is a fact.
Let me ask you this. Did Megan or did Megan not say that her back was turned when the gun went off?
She did. She said she was walking away from arguing with him. She did say that. And she said he hurt. And then what else did she say when she said her back was turned? What did he say and what did he do? I'm asking you a question.
If you talking about that dance bitch shit, I'm not even fucking with that. Because that bullshit came up. Time out, my son, Mice. We never heard that bullshit until after Tory's record came out. So I'm not fucking with that. And neither should you. We didn't hear nothing about that whole dance bitch shit until after his song came out. So I'm not listening to that bullshit, and neither should you. Come on, dog.
So she's lying.
Listen, whoever put that shit out is full of shit.
Is she lying, Baz? Is she lying?
I don't fucking know. But that is some bullshit, dog.
Look what I'm trying to tell you. You listen to what I'm just listen to me. You keep saying that you're not listening to none of the shit that she's saying.
What I'm saying is this, my son. Hold on, time out. Because I see what you want me to do. I see what you want me to do. You want me to tell you if I think, you want me to tell you if I think Megan is lying or not. Here's my perspective, dog. I don't believe her at this point, and I don't believe him. It's not about believing them.
So tell me why you don't believe them.
Because it's about, it doesn't make sense to me, dog.
So what doesn't make sense? Tell me what part of her saying somebody shot her doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. All the different stories, all the inconsistencies. It doesn't make sense that she say she turned her back and don't know who shot her. Then all of a sudden, after he released a song, then it turns out, oh, he said dance
So
bitch.
bad.
We didn't never hear nothing about dance
So
bitch
bad.
in the
So
beginning.
bad.
Hold on, Mike, you asked me, I'm telling you.
But she didn't. You think
Mike,
she's telling one story?
Mike,
She can't tell you another piece of a story?
My son.
Like, I don't understand. She got to tell.
Mike,
I don't understand
you
what you're
asked
talking
me.
about, man.
Mike,
Okay.
you asked me. I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
It does not make sense to Shabazz that after Megan, after all of that time, now when Tory puts a song out, when he put a song out, now all of a sudden, dialogue get added to the situation.
So she's lying.
And hold on. Now all of a sudden, he told her to dance. Dance, bitch. We never heard that before.
So what does that mean? Because you didn't hear it.
What I'm saying to you is this, my son.
You think you heard every bit of that? You heard everything that was said? Did she even tell you what they was arguing over? Did she ever say anything?
What I'm saying to you, dog, my son, what I'm
asking you.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Okay, so what I want you, so listen, now hear what you're saying. It doesn't make sense to you.
It don't make sense to me.
So look, she arguing with Tory, right? And it makes sense to you that her best friend or the security guard shot her. That makes sense.
Her best friend say Tory not lying.
Okay, but her best friend said that she didn't shoot him. So it makes sense to you that the security guard shot her. I didn't hear her best friend say Tory ain't lying. Show me that. Show me what her best friend said.
My son, you.
No,
my son, you know why I see it at? You know why I seen it at? I seen it in the same place.
No, Baz.
Time out, bro.
Her best friend never said Tory's not lying.
My son,
her best friend never said that.
Time out.
Never said that.
Time out, my son. Can anybody on here? Can anybody on here? Who is that her name, Kelsey? Like, bro, I read this shit online just like everybody else.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Show me where she said he ain't lying.
Can somebody put right here where the girl and whatever her name is said that Tory was not lying?
Okay, please put that. I can't wait.
I'm telling you, my son, so you can understand me, dog. The shit that I keep seeing online does not make sense to me, dog. It's not about belief. Hold on 1 second. It's not about he lying, she lying. It doesn't make sense to me from what I'm hearing and seeing. I don't have no more information than nobody else. I don't have no more information than you or nobody else. The information that I've been receiving. It's just not adding up, dog. It's just not making sense. Okay, so somebody said Kelsey never said that. Stop capping, Shabazz. So what did I read on the internet with this girl who gave this whole fucking statement that's supposed to be the best friend?
I don't see, I have never seen her say that.
Hold on 1 second.
She said she didn't do it. She said she didn't shoot.
Hold on.
He didn't shoot it.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Shit. Meg Stylist said her story not far from Tory's story. Whoever that girl is. Like, dog, I'm not making this shit up, man.
But what is Tory's story?
That he didn't shoot the girl.
Okay, she said it's not far, but what did she say he didn't shoot her? Like, where's
Hold on.
Show me where's that. I want to see where.
Hold on. You see, Mice, I'm just trying to show people that I'm not making this shit up, man. I'm not crazy. You see this? The best friend did have a long paragraph, But all Baz saying is you can't pick sides because you wasn't there, and you should be like that with every situation. That's all I'm saying. It's too many different stories, dog, for me to be like, yeah, that's what happened. No, yeah, that's what happened. It's too much. It's too much shit in it, dog. It's too much shit in it for me to say this is what actually happened. It's too much shit in it for me, dog. It's way too much bullshit for me to do that.
The bottom line is, Tori, she never said, she's being quiet.
Hold on. Hey,
she ain't
Mike.
saying anything.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second.
Her best friend.
Hold on 1 second.
Her best friend was talking about Kelsey.
Hey, Mike Lowry, whatever link that is you just sent me, I can't click on it. Resend it.
What you saw is Meg Stylist, who said she spoke to Kelsey, and Kelsey said, the girl said that Kelsey told her Kelsey's story is not far from Tori's. That's what you saw. All Kelsey said was that she didn't do it.
Okay. Mike, so they said the girlfriend, Kelsey, said she didn't do it, but Tori's story is not far from the stylist story.
But that's a whole nother person.
But hold on, because I'm going to pull this link up.
She never
Mike
said
Lowry,
a word,
hold on, Mike, resend me that link.
I got the Baz. I got it right here.
No, I'm talking about a different link. I'm talking about a different link. Oh, okay. Meg The Stallion, possible charges. Yeah, so the audio that he said, the audio that he just spoke about, isn't from the girl Kelsey. It's the stylist. But my point overall, Mike, is this: it's too much conflict in it.
There's no
for
conflict.
When I say conflict,
because
it's too many stories, Mike. That's why I don't know what to believe.
Look what I'm saying. But look, it's only one person that got shot, and one person shot her. This is the story. You telling me about?
We don't know who that person is.
I want you to get where the confusion comes to me. The person that got shot and telling you who shot them, you have an issue with what they see. Another person that wasn't there that got told by somebody else said he ain't far from it, and you utilizing that to support that you don't know.
No, I'm not utilizing it as my total point. That's not my total point. I'm using. Listen, time out. I want you to understand this, dog. I want you to understand something. No matter how well the story is told, or no matter how much, so let's do it this way. Like I said a moment ago, you, my man Dawu on here, and anybody else, the way it's being explained and expressed from your perspective, there is no need to hear anything else then. What we're saying is, nigga, Shabazz, this woman got shot. Somebody shot her. Why the fuck aren't you saying that Tori the one who did it?
No, I'm not saying.
And then hold on. And then it's like, hold on, Mice. But then it goes, but Mice. We can't say that when it's 3 other people there. And then when I say that, people say, oh, well, oh, the security guard shot her. Oh, the best friend shot her. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to say? We don't know who did it.
I'm asking you, Baz. If you giving me all the scenarios,
I don't fucking know who shot her.
But that's where the problem becomes, Baz. This is what I'm trying to say. If you don't have an opinion about it, you know why I'm speaking on it? Because
I got an opinion. I don't know who shot her.
But that's not an opinion, Baz. If you don't know who shot her,
yes, it is. It's an opinion, my son.
It's not relevant to the situation. It's not relevant,
my son. It's an opinion. Let me tell you what I've been trying to do.
People who don't know who shot her, man.
My son, listen to me.
I don't know who shot her.
My son.
They gonna say, yo, she could be lying because Tori said this, and the other one said that, and the other one said that, but I don't know who shot her.
My son.
That's not how you can have an opinion, Baz. That's not
my
how
son. My son, listen to me. And I don't want you to interrupt me. I want you to listen to me. As my brother, listen. The reason why this dialogue was important for me, not because we can figure out who was right and who was wrong and who's telling the truth and who's not. That's not why I wanted to have this dialogue. I wanted to have this dialogue, dog, because as a culture and as a people, we are fucking divided over something that we do not fucking know to be true or false. You have your opinion and your perspective. I have my opinion and my perspective. I have my reasons for looking at it the way I do. But the only thing in this entire situation, dog, the only thing in this entire situation that's a fact is we don't know what the fuck happened. That's what the fact is here. We could do this for another 6 months. We could do this forever. All we have is how you saw it, how my man Daoud saw it, how Mike Lowry saw it, how Shabazz saw it. That's all we got. So that's been my perspective from the very beginning. The only time I feel comfortable giving total disclosure on my position on something is when I got more tangibles to put my hands on and wrap my mind around. It's too much shit with this particular situation. It's too much shit with this particular situation, and it's too much dialogue. It's too much shit that don't make sense for me personally to stand up and say, Tory telling the truth, Megan lying. Megan lying. I can't do that on either side. Because for how I assess things, I'm not in a position to do it fairly and impartially and unbiased. That's why when I say I don't know, it's not because I'm just neutral. It's too much shit to be able to speak definitively. So, unfortunately, I tried to put this in each other. But if you look at the comments, man, Shabazz, fuck that nigga. Mike, that nigga Shabazz is trying to make is what's going on in our comments. We don't even know how to agree to disagree. My son don't gotta be a bitch ass nigga because he believes Megan. Shabazz don't gotta be in love with Tory and supporting Tory because he got his own perspective. Our people are so fucked up that I wanted to have this dialogue, bro, so people can understand. Just because you believe something don't fucking make it true. I don't care how well the story is told. But people so hung up on being right and want somebody else to be wrong. Hold on, Mike. I just want to say this, bro. I want to say this. We have to understand something, bro. We can look at a situation however we want to look at it. We can look at however we want to look at it. But when I make comments and when I make comparisons to refute something that was put in front of me, that doesn't equate to support on the other side. Especially when I'm very careful about my dialogue. When I think people are misconstruing, I verbally say, this is not in support of Tory. This is not to say Tory is right. I say that shit 100,000 times. But because the dialogue is so much about Megan, people equate that to me supporting Tory. If Tory shot that motherfucking girl, send his ass wherever the fuck he getting sent to for whatever he need to do for doing it. Send him. That's my perspective. If it comes out that that's what the fuck he did. Okay? But until then, the way this shit has been going, I'm back and I'm watching this shit play out and unfold because it's a lot of shit with it, dog. It's a lot of shit with it, and it's just too cloudy for me to stand on any side with conviction. That's just me.
So can I say something?
Of course.
Okay, so I want you not to interrupt me because I gave you a good 5 minutes to get your piece. I want to break
take 10.
Thank
Take 10.
So what I want to say is, you know, I love you and I respect you, man. You always have very intricate, and you always think things through. You always have a perspective that even if I don't agree with, I somewhat, you know, understand where it comes from. You always well spoken. You think about what you're saying. So I want you to understand how someone who does that, some people might perceive what you're saying as taking up for Tory. Because when you don't have a position or you're not with anybody, right, you don't give a counter argument to whatever they believe their reality is. So when you give a counter argument to a woman was shot, we know she was shot. She identified who shot.
I know you asked me not to interrupt you. Hold on, listen, before you. No. My son, I just want to say this to you because I want you to add this to your dialogue because I want to be clear.
Okay.
When you say I give that perception of how people take it, what you have to add is this. I already know that. You can't leave out that I follow up with, this is not me taking up for Tory. So if people don't listen to that, then that means you're calling me a liar because I make it known that that's not what I'm doing.
But I hear, but it's like anything, right? It's like this, Baz. So when you give this argument, you say, yo, he ain't get locked up. I know for me, you know, if a nigga shoots you, you going to get locked up. It don't make sense to me. But I ain't here. I'm not on nobody's side. So if I got shot, man, I just want you to get this. If I got shot and I hear you say that, I'm going to make the assumption that you're saying that I'm lying. That's just automatically. Even if you follow it up with, let me just finish. Let me talk. Even if you follow it up with, but I'm not on nobody's side, right? The fact that you give a counter argument to what I believe is my complete reality about somebody shooting me, I don't believe I have any reason to lie. I don't believe I've done anything to merit you not to take what I'm saying on face value and discredit or try to say I could be lying. I don't believe that I've done anything to merit that. And you come and give a counter narrative to what is my reality. At that point, I believe that you don't believe what I'm saying. So what I'm trying to say is, if you don't have a position, right, or you don't know who's telling the truth, the people who don't know who's telling the truth, when you ask them, they be like, I don't know. We just got to see what happened. But when you give a counter argument, when you give numerous counter arguments, when you say Tory said he didn't shoot him, when you said the best friend said this, when you said the police said those wasn't bullet wounds, when you get everything that support Tory Lanez' story and nothing that support Megan's, it can be perceived as you are supported. So you have not gave me one argument in support of Megan. Not one of the arguments that you gave me here said, yo, you know what, Megan could be telling the truth because this happened. You didn't say that one time. You gave me every argument possible for why it couldn't happen. So it's no way that anybody can listen to this conversation and say that you don't know, you don't have any side in this. It's almost impossible for anybody to hear this conversation and believe that you actually are neutral in this situation. It's impossible. You have not gave any, see when you're neutral, then you give perspectives on both sides. You can say, yo, you know what? I see why Megan could be telling the truth because such and such and such and such happened, and then this happened, and then this happened. But then we get because Tory said this, this, and that. Then I don't know who's telling the truth. I don't know what's going on.
You know why I did that?
That right there, Baz, that is somebody who don't believe anybody, and it's just lost to say, I don't know what's going on.
I'm going to tell you why. You know why it sounds like that?
What?
Because we never heard nothing about Tory. All we hear is Megan. When people send me shit, it's always Megan this, Megan. So when people bringing it to, when I'm getting this information and when I'm seeing it, and all I'm hearing is Megan. Haven't heard Tory's side. Never heard Tory say shit until his record came out. So the only thing that I have to analyze is the shit that's being said about Megan. So if all I'm hearing is Megan this, Megan that, Megan, I'm only giving a perspective from that side. That's why I follow up and say, we don't know If
But
Tory
how?
did
But
it,
no,
hold
Dad,
on, mate. Hold on, Mike.
no, Dad,
Hold
what you
on.
saying? That's
Time
not.
out. Here,
No,
let me finish
because
explaining.
But Baz,
Let me finish.
what you saying? You can't. That's not really true though, Baz, because
Megan,
she gave you her whole story, and
my son.
all you heard was Tory said, "I didn't do it." He didn't give you
No,
nothing, but I didn't
my
do it.
son. I had that position. I had that position before the song came out. My very first video and the only video that I put up, I said Tory Lanez hasn't said shit and he don't need to say shit just yet. It's too much talking going on about an open case. So he would have served himself due diligence not to say nothing. Now, if the only thing I got to critique, is what I've been hearing about Megan.
How? How is that?
I'm going to tell you. If I'm hearing all the stories that I'm hearing in the street and on the internet, the shit that I'm hearing is not making sense, because one day I hear this story, the next day I hear that story. So then when I'm looking at the friends say this, then Megan say that, then me being a felon and dealing with guns, and as soon as I heard Tory had a $30,000 bail, I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. This girl got shot. He locked up for shooting her, and all he got was a $30,000 bail. I'm like, oh, this shit is from the beginning. I'm like, something ain't right. You know just as well as I do, as a street nigga, we can use some type of discernment when we see what a nigga bail is. Now, when we keep saying who shot her, if we just gonna say fuck it, Tory shot her, then send him to jail. No. I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking about people in general. I'm just saying, like, everybody here.
She said he shot her. We didn't say it. Prior to her saying anything, we didn't say nothing.
She's saying that he shot her, and people agree. She say he shot her, so he shot her. So if that's all it takes, what's up, J Manzini? If that's all it takes,
J Manzini, I appreciate you, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
If that's all it takes, is that she said it, then dog, we are in trouble across the board. If all it takes to close this case is that Megan said it, and people say, well, why would she lie? If people say, well, who shot her then? If that's all it takes, my son, we in trouble, dog.
That's not really dangerous. True, though, man. That's not really dangerous for me. Because let me explain something to you. Okay. If that was all it takes for somebody to do 100 years in jail, then I would understand your position. But if all it takes for me is discernment and looking at a woman who was shot, and I'm like, damn, why would she say you shot her if you didn't shoot her? What is the reason for her to just
Mike,
make up
what
a story?
I'm saying is, if you're saying the justice system, you saying the justice system don't apply to public.
It don't.
So listen, but my son, what happens? What happens if that's the way it goes? What happens if that's if the way it's being handled, and right now, from a public perspective, the way it's being handled, what happens if that's how the criminal justice system handles it? What happens if that's all it takes is for somebody to say something? But my only position, dog, my only position this entire time, no matter what anybody try to turn this around to be, my only position has been then, now, and will continue to be, I and we do not know what happened.
But if that was your position, Baz, I'm just saying the way that you deliver that message would not be to give every counter argument to the person who was shot and giving you their position and their story about what happened to them. Because it will never, listen, Baz, it will never come across to a person who was harmed and giving you their story. Women are beat, raped every day. They beat up, and they don't go forward and tell anybody their story because this happens. Because people crucify them in public opinion. People say it don't add up. I don't know what you was over there for.
I don't even know why you said something to that nigga. I seen you walk down the block. I know you lying. That bitch is this. That bitch is that. Women are killed every day. They silence about their own pain every day because they get killed in a public opinion like this all the time. If a rich woman, who's the biggest artist in hip hop right now, can come forward and say that a nigga shot her, no reason to lie on him. She not gonna get no bag from him. She not trying to sue him. She not none of this shit. She actually was in a relationship. And she come forward with her truth and say, nigga shot me. And she gotta go through this shit. Imagine a girl that's right on the block that's getting raped by a nigga and he got more money than her. Or getting beat up by a nigga and he got more fame than her. Niggas believe her. Imagine what she dealing with inside. She ain't gonna never say nothing bad. You see what they doing to Megan? You think I'm gonna talk and tell a nigga what's going on with me? Everything she's saying, they shooting, they giving Tory Lanez the benefit of the doubt against a woman that had absolutely no reason in the world to lie on them. But we figured out reasons that she would create a story against this man. Just think about this shit, man. We came up
Bro, I done thought about this shit.
We came up with every possible counter argument for why she would be lying. I haven't heard you give me one argument on why she would be telling the truth, man. Not one time, man. Not once, beloved. And I know you're a good man. And I know you.
And I'm gonna tell you, cause bro,
so
you know what?
You got to understand that. You got to take. I think we got to do self, because I had to do self-reflection on shit like this. I be around women all day. I'm around some of the most powerful black women in the world. So when they was having this conversation with me, and they like, y'all don't understand what black women go, and I be like, y'all be bugging this and that. I was at the Kavanaugh hearings when the lady accused him. I was out there I went to jail there. So this shit ain't no capping shit for me. This is no shit that I'm just doing because this is how I live my life. This is how I live my life, protect black women. So when I'm having this conversation with you, it's coming from being around black women every day and hearing this shit and then actually seeing this shit in real time play out with one of the biggest stars in the world who was shot. And niggas is sitting there saying she's lying. For what, man? Why is it our name? Why did we come to the conclusion that this black woman just decided to lie on this man for no reason? Why is it how did that shit even get implanted in our mind that there's a possibility that the woman who was shot would sit and point at a nigga that she's fucking with and say he shot her and he didn't shoot her? Just think about that shit, man. Just think about how black women feel unprotected when they even hear this dialogue. My DMs is full of black women with tears in their eyes. Like, I even can't, but I'm reading these comments on their page and I can't believe that we really having this conversation. They don't even believe that this is a dialogue, man.
So
they can't believe it.
Hey, Mike, this is the thing about me, bro. I don't care who on here called me a clown. I don't care who say I'm a woman beater. I don't care who say fuck Shabazz. At the end of the day, dog, I got a mother. I got sisters. I got nieces. I got granddaughters. And I got countless women that I love in my life that I protect and gonna go to war for. And I'm okay with who don't like me or agree with me. But at the end of the day, dog, when I stand for something, I stand for it, right? When you say, Shabazz, you haven't heard me give one reason how or why Tory could have did it, or why Tory could have did it. The reason why is because all of the dialogue that I have been having is when people say something the dialogue that I've been having is me expressing what I'm being talked to about and how it doesn't make sense to me. Nobody talks to me about Tory. Everybody talks to me about Megan. And when someone says something to me about it, and if it doesn't make sense to me, that's what I'm going to discuss. That's what I'm going to discuss. People don't have to understand. Hold on, and I'm going to get to. Hold on, because I'm going to get to the part where you said about reflecting. Hold on. I'm going to get to the part where you said about reflecting. Now, if the way I deliver my discernment, if you say, Shabazz, you don't give no reasons why Tory could have done it. All you say is blah, 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 blah about Megan. I respect that, and I understand that. From my perspective, I felt like I was doing my due diligence. My due diligence by following up with reiteration that just because I'm saying what I'm saying doesn't mean that I agree with Tory. I follow up with that. If that's not enough to overshadow or group or join with the fact that I'm giving other dialogue, then I would have to eat that. But that's me offering additional discernment by saying, this is the topic that was brought to me right here, this red cup. So this is what I'm discussing. But because this cell phone case is also a part of the dialogue, I'm not defending the cell phone case. I'm just speaking about this because this is what was brought to me. But it doesn't excuse this. So when I say that, I'm thinking that that's enough for people to gather an understanding that he has balance. He's talking about this because this is the subject. But because this is also a part of the subject, he's saying this is not excused. He's not leaving this out. He's not giving this a pass. He's just giving his opinion on this because this is what he's talking about. So,
but it's one situation.
Time, anybody that knows me, that done had this conversation with me, I've always offered balance. So people who feel like that's not enough, people want to hear you say what they want you to say the way they want to hear it. Not you particularly, but I hear people, I see comments. People want you to see things from their perspective. And if you don't, that makes you wrong in their eyes. I'm okay with that because I know that's not factual. That's not true. He has not been given a pass for shooting her. I can't give him a pass on shooting her because I never said he shot her. And I never said he didn't shoot her. What I'm saying is the information that continues to be provided continues to be conflicted from the police to everything else. It's conflicted dialogue. And a lot of shit that I see, it just doesn't sit right with me. And I'm entitled to that. But I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm not saying that nobody else is wrong. The people calling me a fake nigga, a clown, I'm cool with none of that. It still doesn't change the fact that none of us know what the fuck happened. And I don't care about all that other shit. So it's not so when I say neutrality, just to be clear, when I'm saying when you say you're neutral about something, in my definition of neutrality, I'm not saying either one is guilty. I'm not saying either one is truthful. I'm not saying either one is lying. That's where I'm neutral at. But when I give my dialogue, when I give dialogue about what's been presented to me, I'm going to give that dialogue from a sense of discernment, unbiasedness, and intelligence. And whoever don't understand that, whoever can't digest that or understand that, I can't help them.
But I hear what you're saying, Vaz. But it can't be unbiased if you only like you just saying if you getting the information, right? You got all the information. What you got? You got her telling her story, right? She broke down her story. She said this. You got the records. The man is arrested for it. He had the gun. They had an argument. You got all of these things that say, okay, there's a possibility he could have did it. Now, what are those things that you bring up in your discernment? This is what you've been presented with that also. You were
because like I just said, I just said it though, my son. I said that. Time out, Mike. You just did. Listen, I'm gonna show you what you just did. I'm gonna show you what you just did. You just did exactly what I said people do. I just told you from my perspective how I hold Tory possibly accountable. When I say all of this over here, and then I say, but that doesn't mean Tory did. That doesn't mean Tory is telling the truth. Hold on, Mice. When I say that, that's my way of showing balance. But you just said, Shabazz, you didn't say X, Y, and Z. So what people are doing, I'm saying it, but I'm saying it in my way. But because I'm not saying it the way people want to hear it, they're saying that I didn't say it. And you just did it. I am saying it. I am showing that Tory could be lying. I say it verbatim. I say it verbatim. But because I'm not saying it the way people want me to say it.
If I don't know none of the information, right?
That's why I say it, my son.
But I want you to get this. Just get this. If I didn't know nothing that happened to Tory or Megan, I came to your page, right? And I want to get a sense of what's going on. I don't know. And the first thing I see is Tory ain't said nothing that he ain't got to, right?
Cool. That's the first thing you say. Okay, he ain't gotta say nothing, so he should just be quiet. Cool. Then the next thing you come is, I don't know, but I know about a gun. If you shot somebody, the police gonna lock you up. Shit don't sound right to me, right? I don't know. I still don't know nothing. I didn't hear no parts of the story. I don't hear nothing. And then I go to your page, and then you're like, you know what? Charlamagne, you want somebody to give you the benefit of the doubt. When you said this, we believed you, but Tory said this, and you don't want to believe it. It's this and that. What I'm going to get from those posts alone, man, I'm going to get that you are giving Tory the benefit of the doubt, and you believe that this situation ain't back.
But my son, my son, but you know what I'm okay with? My son, but you know what I'm okay with? I'm okay with people not having the sense of intellect and digesting information and assessment like I do. Because anybody that
follows me... But that's
not
really true, though, Baz.
Hold on.
Because
what I'm saying is this, Mike.
I digest information.
One thing about me.
I follow you every day. In this situation,
but listen to what I'm saying to you, bro.
That you was leaning towards Tory. And I could just say I have very excellent discernment.
And brother to brother, I feel like you feel that way because you strongly believe Megan. And I'm okay with that. There is nothing nobody can tell you about Tory. You said yourself, I saw it on your page. Somebody told you that you don't know what happened. And you said, until it's proven differently, you riding with Megan. And if you found yourself to be wrong, you'll apologize. So you've already, it's in your mind that
but
Tory
I'm telling
is
you,
lying.
I'm not in a position, Baz. What I'm trying to say is,
you've
taking the opposite position.
But
your story is, listen, you know what people want to see this conversation between me and you, Baz? Let me tell you why. Because they believe that you've taken a counter position to mine.
Watch this though. And that's another reason why we're here. Your position and mine's conflict because your mind is already made up. Mine isn't. That's the difference. My mind is not made up.
There's a bunch of people that's mind is not made up. They be like, I don't know what it is, and we don't have no more dialogue.
But listen, me and you can have dialogue. You and I can have dialogue. But my position is not like yours. You've been convinced. You don't care what nobody, there is nothing nobody can tell you right now. Megan is telling the truth. Tory is lying. And if you find out later that Tory is telling the truth, you'll apologize.
That's
so right there, your mind is made up. My mind is not made up. I haven't made up my mind that Tory Lanez is telling the truth. My mind is not made up that Tory is telling the truth. That's not my position. Hold on. Listen, my son, listen. I don't care about semantics. I don't care about assumptions. I'm saying this out of my mouth. My mind is not made up on this situation. I can't say that no more clearer. I don't care what people want to continue to say or continue to implement or add. I have not said Megan Thee Stallion is lying, and I have not said that Tory is telling the truth. My mind is not made up.
Okay, what I'm trying to say is...
I have dialogue on the situation because this is what we do on our platforms.
Yes, sir.
This is what we do.
And
we can agree to disagree. We can agree to disagree, bro. You know, and anybody that's on here that don't want to listen and they tired of us talking, there's a thing on here that got a little X on it, or to say, hey, you can get the fuck on. So if you're tired of listening, just go head on. But Mice, you and I, we understand the immense respect and brotherly love that we got between one another.
Yes,
we can agree to disagree on this one. I'm cool with that. I'm okay with that. But see, what the real issue is, we got a whole 750 people on here, and about 375 of them calling me a clown, calling me a bitch nigga, calling you a clown. Why? Because Everybody has a different perspective. And the real problem, the real motherfucking problem is shit like that. We're divided over some shit that's not going to change either one of our lives. You and I can have a conversation about it as men, but the rest of the congregation, the majority, do not know how to chime in and give a perspective without calling you out your name, without calling me out of mine. Why do you got to be a clown? Why do I got to be a fuck nigga?
But the reality of the situation is that when we do this, we giving a master class at what it is to have an argument, and I mean not an argument, to have a disagreement, and then have a respectable debate about something, and nobody is a clown, and still respect each other.
But that's what we do.
We showing
my son,
they gotta learn. We teaching a class right. This is a master class.
And let me say this. I don't do nothing just to do it. I knew this was going to happen. This dialogue needed to be had in front of the masses because this is what they need to see. They need to see this. You didn't curse at me. You didn't say, Shabazz, you full of shit. We didn't disrespect one another. No disrespect came from nowhere but the comments. I knew this would happen. That's why I'm not offended. I'm not offended at all. People need to see that two black men can have a disagreement on a topic and then tomorrow be brothers. See, everybody that's on here, Shabazz is a clown, Mice is a clown. Guess what? Most of them, if they saw you tomorrow, would speak to you, ask for a picture, shake your hand.
Exactly.
Tomorrow would see me. What's good, OG? You be talking that shit. So the dialogue needed to be held so they can see how this type of interaction is supposed to ensue. I'm not worried about anybody that's on here that can call you a disrespectful name or call me a disrespectful name because we have a difference of opinion. Those are the fucking clowns. Exactly. The niggas and the bitches. That's and I said niggas and bitches. Yeah, I said it. Because that's what y'all are. Because that's what you're acting like. Y'all the real clowns. So, Mice, I appreciated this.
I love you, bro. You know, I
look likewise, bro. Likewise. See, this is why people supposed to stay neutral, real neutrality, and don't pick sides. Because now you got motherfuckers going to bed mad at you, mad at me, and man, you're gonna be talking on the phone tomorrow.
But that's part of life. That's what happens is there's so many different perspectives about life, Baz, and I realize my perspective, I'm strong in my conviction and my perspectives, and it's gonna always show that. And there's gonna be people that differ. And what happens is we were able to give our perspectives, and whether people agree with them or not, that don't got nothing to do with me. Like I tell niggas all the time, how you feel about me is your business. I don't really care what you think about what I think, but if you ask me what I think, I'm gonna tell you. But whether you accept it or not, that's on you.
Hey, Mice, that's why we had to do this on live. Man, you could have did this on this phone right here. We could have did this on the phone. This needed to be done in front of people so they don't get it fucked up when they see you in my comments or when they see me in your comments. You know what I'm saying?
Gonna have a dialogue.
Yeah, we're gonna have a dialogue and we're gonna have it on, and we're gonna have it in front of them. So they don't get it fucked up. I appreciate you, homie.
All right, bro. I love you. Be safe. I'm gone.
Love you too. Stay up. Be safe in Kentucky, man.
All right, bro. Peace.